Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunrise Yoga at Total Therapies. So all you need is a little space around you so you don't knock into anything. If you have got something that looks a little bit like my bolster, that could be helpful. Also, a blanket may help, but we can do without. A bolster can be really handy if you don't find it very comfortable to sit cross-legged. So you could just step either side of it and then kneel down, sitting back on it. It'll help you having your knees below your hips, and it's much easier to put the spine into a comfortable position. And we're just going to start off by tuning a little bit into ourselves, because we're often so busy dealing with other people that we don't really think about ourselves too much. So let your eyes just become soft, or if you're happy to let the eyelids come down, do just that. Lifting both shoulders up towards the ears really high, and then just let them drop. Reminding ourselves that's where they should be. Away from the ears, long neck. And just watching the body breathe itself and how it moves. Soft belly when we're breathing. And maybe when you breathe out, just letting go of the gripping tension here or there, or just a worrisome thought, just for the moment. Just watch it float away. Tuning a little bit into the rhythm we have when we breathe, which changes all the time. So just check what it's like now. And we're going to use that as an anchor through our practice. And when you breathe in next, lifting both arms up. Let the palms find each other over your head like a little roof. Again, the shoulders don't want to come to the ears. And as you breathe out, just lower that hand in front of you. Just let the thumbs touch the collarbone. As you breathe in, raising the hands above your head, straightening the elbows as far as you can. And when you breathe out again, we come into cactus arms. So we're opening wide, having that 90-degree angle. Feeling the shoulder blades move across the ribs at the back. Breathing in, raising the hands, let the palms find each other. Breathe out, turn to the right, hands come down. One behind you, one probably lands on your right thigh. Gently looking over your right shoulder. Breathing in, lifting the arms up again, palms find each other over your head, and you de-rotate to the center where you've just come from. Breathe out, turn the other way. Shoulders relaxed. Top of the head wants to reach up towards the sky. And as you breathe in, simply just come around to the front again. Come onto your knees. And I want to remove that shape. Bringing the hands into your lower back. Trying to get the elbows together at the back, feeling the front of the body opening. And then we're gonna straighten the right leg to the side. So you kneel on one leg, and the sole of the foot is on the floor. Just come to the end of my mat. Shoulders relaxed, and as you breathe in again, lifting the left arm up, so the opposite arm to the leg that's straight. And as you breathe out, you're side bending towards a straight leg. Gate pose. Opening to beginnings. Breathing in, and you're windmilling both arms around the other side. Left hand comes to the floor. Right arm arches over your head. Right fingertips want to reach away from the right toes. As you breathe in, you go back to gate pose. So you're windmilling the arms back up again. And stretching the body to the other side. Breathing in, windmilling round back where you came from. This time the right arm just stays up, wanting to reach away from the hand which is on the floor. And then you lift the right leg up, flexing the toes, kneeling half moon. Maybe look up at your fingertips. And then bring the hands out on your hip and come back into that kneeling position. And then of course we're going to go the other way around, straightening the left leg out. Let the hands come down. Left hand is on your straight leg. And as you breathe in, lifting the right arm up along the ears. Breathe out, side bending to the left. Maybe look up at the hand above you. Make sure you don't go into a twist. Breathing in, windmilling the arms around to the other side. Right hand to the floor, left arm arches over your head. Left toes going one way, left fingertips the other. Breathe in, come back up into gate pose, windmilling the arms round the other way. Breathing in, windmilling back to where you've just come from. Left arm reaches up. And now we're lifting the left leg up. Flexing the foot, so you want to kick through the heel. And then we come from here to all fours. So left hand comes down, left knee. Finding that tabletop position. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. And we're gonna do a couple of rounds of cat-cow just to move the spine in a different position. When you breathe out, rounding your back, let your head hang, arms become really long. When you're ready to breathe in, dip your belly, lift your tailbone and slightly lift your head. And then I'm going to swap from one to the other, together with your breath. So don't let the movement dictate how fast you breathe. It should be the other way around. Some days that's slower, some days that's faster. And then come to a still tabletop again. Stretching the right leg all the way behind you, toes on the floor. And rocking a little bit forward and back. So you're pushing the heel as far back as you can. And then you come into plank. The left leg joins the right. Again, rocking forward and backwards. And from here we're going to find our first down dog. As you breathe out, you lift your hips up, push them all the way back. So if your hips want to push the heels to the ground, lengthening your arms, crown of the head wants to reach to the floor, your bottom wants to reach all the way up. As you breathe in, you come forward into plank again. And as you breathe out, go back to your dog. You can try and bend the knees so your center of gravity goes a little further away from your hands, taking the weight off your wrists. And from here, we're going to walk the feet towards the wrist, keeping the palms on the ground. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Let your upper body hang ragdoll, shake your head, nod. And then lifting one heel up a little, trying to straighten the other leg. And then we swap to the other side. So pedaling the legs out. And then coming up, hands onto your thighs, elbows into your body with an inhalation. Come to standing in mountain pose. Maybe lifting the toes up a little, rocking forward and back. Palms of the hands turning forward. Fingertips want to reach towards the ground. Knees are a little bit soft. We're going to find our chair pose, which you can do with your feet hip width apart or just touching, so the legs can support each other. Hands onto your hips. As you breathe out, you bend those knees a lot, as if you were to sit down on a chair, which isn't there. Either stay there if you want to lift your arms up along your ears. So the arms are an extension of your back. You keep them on your hips if you like. As you breathe out, let the arms swing down, reach back. Palms up, fingertips are reaching away. And your upper body is parallel to the floor now. So the head reaches forward and you want to push your hips back. Bringing your hands onto your lower legs as you breathe in. Straightening the legs, upper body lengthens. And the crown of the head wants to go forward. And your bum back. Breathe out, bending both knees. And bring the hands to the ground. Stepping the right leg all the way behind you. Finding a lunge, runner's lunge. So you might want to rock towards and forwards a little bit. So you find a position where your front knee is above your ankle. And you can straighten your right leg behind you, feeling a lovely stretch to the front of the hip. Again, the crown of the head wants to reach up. And from here we're gonna come up. So don't be too far behind with that leg there. And sometimes, depending what surface you're on, it might just slide away from you. As you breathe in, coming up with your upper body. And as you breathe in next, you're going to come forward in a little balance pose. So you come forward onto your left leg and lifting the right knee up in front of you. You can have your hands on your hips. Remind yourself the shoulders are away from the ear. And as you breathe out, step right back where you come from, all the way behind you. High lunge. Push the heel back. Straighten the right leg. Breathe in. Lifting the right knee up in front of you. And as you breathe out, step right back, all the way behind you. Breathe in, coming forward again. Standing on your left leg. This time we come into eagle legs. You're bending your standing leg and crossing the right one over. Breathing in, straightening, lifting the right knee in front of you. Breathing out, eagle legs, bend the standing leg. Breathing in, standing. And this time we're going to step the right leg all the way behind us again. Hands to the floor, and we're back in that runner's lunge. Pushing the right heel back. Rooting the right hand onto the floor. Lifting the left one up. So it's a revolved lunge. Twist in the upper body. Reaching up with the fingertips. Maybe look up at them. And with a straight arm up, we're going to do 2 rotations. So as you breathe out, let the hand come all the way behind and then swing through, making a big circle. Come back up again. And again. Swinging back, down and back up. Bring the hand down, left hand to frame the front foot. And as you breathe out, we're going to step the right foot forward to join the left. Breathe out, forward fold. Let the upper body just hang over your legs. The knees are slightly soft. The upper body is just hanging. Either bring your feet back together or you going back to that hip width position. Bending both knees a lot. And then reaching the hands back, palms up. So we're just basically reversing a sequence how we started it. Crown of the head reaches forward. And as you breathe out, let the arms swing down and up in front, back into chair pose. Maybe sit a little lower. And with your next inhalation, straighten your legs. Fingertips reach all the way up. Breathing out with a big circle of the arms. Return to mountain pose. Fingertips reaching down. And then we're going to start the other side. Either with your hands on your hips. Breathe out. Bend both knees a lot. Into chair pose. Either keep your hands there or raise them up. Looking at your fingertips. Breathe out, let the arms swing down and behind you, palms up. Upper body parallel to the floor, sending your hips back, lengthening your neck. Hands onto your lower legs, and as you breathe in, straightening the legs, lengthening your upper body, so still parallel to the floor. Breathe out, bending both knees a lot. Bring your hands to the floor and step the left leg all the way behind you. Find a lunge there. Making sure that the position of your feet is the width of your hip. If they're too much in line in a tightrope, it's really difficult to come up. And that's what we do. Bring the upper body up. You know what's coming now because it's just the other side. Make sure that the hips both face forward, we're not twisting. And as you breathe in, shift your weight forward onto the right leg, lifting the left knee up. Breathe out, step left leg all the way back behind you. Breathe in, come forward, standing on the right leg. Breathe out, step back into the high lunge. Breathe in, come forward, lifting the left knee up. And this time come into eagle legs. Bend the standing leg and crossing the left one over. You can use your toes to sort of tuck down if you wobble, or if you've got a wall handy, sometimes it helps just tipping fingertips against it. Breathing in, straightening. Breathing out, another eagle leg. And last time, well done. Straightening the leg and step the left leg all the way behind you. Let your hands frame the front foot. You're back in that runner's lunge. Rooting the left hand onto the ground and lifting the right all the way up into the sky. Do your 2 circles. Breathe out, let the arm come straight behind you and down and making a big circle back up. And doing it all over again. When the fingertips are back up, have a moment maybe where you look up and want to have the fingers a little higher, reach up. And let the hand come down. Right back where we started in that runner's lunge, where the left heel is as far back as it can be, so you're rooted in the starting position and the upper body is ready to come forward. And as you breathe out, step the left foot forward to join the right. Breathing out, ragdoll. Let the upper body just hang there. Coming onto tiptoes, hands on the floor, and then very gently bend your knees. We're going to sit on our heels. For a moment, let's just let the head hang. And then we're going to sit back. Having the feet in front of us. Letting the breath slowly come down. So we started calm, we worked ourselves up a little, and now we're going to bring the body right down again. Place your hands behind your knees. I'm thinking a moment of the bony structure you're sitting on. Make sure you've got a good seat there. Without changing the shape of your legs and the shape of your upper body, lean back. It's really helpful if you have your hands behind your knees. So you remind yourself that you want to push your chest forward. Boat pose. And then just play with your boat. You can give it some side planks. You can reach the feet a little higher up. And make that boat a little longer. And a little longer still. Make sure you're not slumping in the lower back. You still want to push your chest out forward. And make it a longer boat. And a bit longer. Working hard. Just hover a little over the ground. You can hold a little longer and a little longer. And then breathe out. Come to land your back. Palms up. Take a few breaths here. And then bending both knees again. Lifting the hip up just a little bit so you can round the lower spine, and then make sure when you put it back down that you're not arching too far in the lower back. And bringing the knees into your body. Maybe put your hands underneath your bum and just raising them up to the sky. Reaching through the heels. Maybe wiggling them about a little bit, circling the ankles one way or the other. Releasing your hands. We're opening the legs really wide. And you want to reach through the heels. And as you breathe out, we're going to go back into those eagle legs we've just done. So we cross the legs over, right over right knee over the left, and then you let both heels come to fall down, grabbing those ankles, and just pulling the feet apart so that you're pulling the right foot to the left and the left foot to the right, and then pulling them in. So in upside down cow face, using the weight of the hands to just hang on them. And the more you pull the heels towards your bum, the more you feel the stretch. And then, of course, you're going to go the other way. Let go of your ankles. Lift the feet up again and open wide. And I'm going to go the other way. Left knee goes over the top this time until you've got that X shape in your legs. And then let the heels come down to your body. Grab your ankles. And again, you want to persuade the feet to come away from each other, going in opposite directions. And then let the weight of the arms just hang there. Shoulders on the floor. I'm pulling a little tighter. And gently letting go. Lifting the legs back up. And then bending the knees very strongly into your body. Maybe hitch your hips to the right a little bit. And let both knees together fall to the left. Open your arms wide and maybe look a little away from your knees. Have a few moments in this spinal twist. And as you breathe out, bring the knees back into your body. In a moment to reposition yourself where you've been lying if you had a mat. And then knees into the body. You might even want to use your right hand to reach all the way over and pull the knees to the opposite side as close as possible to your armpit. And then open the arms wide. Don't allow the knees to slide down away from you. Again, depending on how slippery your yoga pants are, you can use your right hand to just pin the knees down. And when you breathe out, bring the knees back to center. We've now arrived at the favorite position, Shavasana, which is a restorative pose, usually lying down on your back. If you have something to put behind your knees, that'll be really helpful. It looks like that. So it helps your back, your lower back to not arch up. Maybe have the legs a little wider than your hip. Let the toes drop out to the side, arms to your side. Take a deep breath in. And then a very long breath out. Feel the entire body being heavy on the floor. And you lie in this position as long as you like. The longer we've exercised, the longer we also stay in Shavasana. But when you're ready to come out, do it really slowly. Maybe start bending the knees again. Give yourself a really well-deserved hug. And let yourself flop onto one side. And when you're ready to come up, you do it with an inhalation until you are back in a seated position. And this is where I say goodbye to you. Thank you very much for joining me on the mat. See you soon. Bye-bye and namaste.